Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the April 11, 2024 meeting of the Western New York Power Proceeds Allocation Board. I think you all know who I am, but I'll repeat it for the purposes of the recording. I'm Tony Colucci, Chairman of the Board. I want to welcome the fellow members of the board and representatives of Empire State Development, as well as the New York State Power Authority. This is a scheduled board meeting. It's been duly noticed in accordance with New York's open meetings law. And as a part of the packet of information that was distributed to board members, there was a proposed agenda. Is there any reason to change anything on the proposed agenda before I call for a motion to approve the agenda?
There's no change on my end.
No.
Make a motion.
Did you say there is one change or no
No,
change?
there is no change, and everyone else agreed, and make a motion. Mr. Chair, if you're ready.
Yeah, I'll take that as a motion to approve in a second. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Karen, I believe that's unanimous. As you all know, we have meetings with our staff members, and we ask all of our board members to identify any potential conflicts of interest. I don't believe that any conflicts have been identified to date, but we'd like to ask during our meeting for you to confirm that there isn't one that has developed since your pre-meeting conference. So if there is one or more of you who may have a conflict of interest with respect to any of the matters on today's agenda, would you please let us know now? Thank you. I'll take their silence as an indication that there are no conflicts of interest. A part of the packet of information that was distributed before today was a copy of the proposed minutes from our February 13, 2024 meeting. I assume you all had an opportunity to review those, and at this time I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes as presented. Moved by Brenda,
Second.
seconded by Deanna. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Karen, I believe that was unanimous. Moving down the agenda for today's meeting, as you all know, we like to get an update from Richard Smith at NYPA concerning our present fund balance and commitments. Richard?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the board. You have in your packets the fund update for the Western New York Economic Development Fund dated February of 2024. I'd like to review that with you now. Looks like you all have that opened. Total deposits to the fund to date equals $84,063,000. Total interest earned on deposits to date equals $2,801,140. Making total funds deposited equal to $86,864,140. As to expenditures, there has been no dollars expended to date for administrative expenses. And related to disbursements, that number is $36,422,700, making the current fund balance equal to $50,441,440. Regarding awards under standard projects, we have $36,058,181 awarded so far. Under energy-related projects, the amount is $7,737,815, making total fund benefits awarded equal to $43,795,996. And also the total fund benefits available to be awarded by the Western New York Power Proceeds Allocation Board equal to $43,068,144. Under energy-related projects, by statute, a minimum of 15% of the fund is dedicated to energy-related projects. Today, that amount stands at $12,609,450. And the awards made under the energy-related portion is $7,737,815, making the fund benefits currently available to be awarded for energy-related projects equal to $4,871,635. Today's recommendations are comprised of two projects. The first one is a standard project amounting to $5 million. The second project is an energy-related project, and the recommended amount is $1,020,000, making the total fund recommendations equal to $6,020,000. As to the power that supports the project, the program, under estimated unallocated EP and RP, the amount is 95 megawatts. Under estimated allocated but unused hydropower to date, that amount is 198 megawatts, making the total estimated unutilized EP and RP supporting the program equal to 293 megawatts. There is additional detail on the second page of that report. I'd be happy to take any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Richard. Any questions?
Yes, Chair, I just have one. If I look at the estimated unallocated for 95 and then the estimated allocated. So these are allocated like to plug power, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then we saw the recent announcement of plug power. It might be a little shaky. What's the term that we hold the allocated but unused? I can't remember.
So 2 points, Dennis. The power that is awarded to Plug is not currently being used by Plug. So it is being used to support this program. We can still sell it and positive earnings will be cleared into this program. But your second question, Plug would have to tell us that that project is no longer canceled. Or they have to take down the power within 3 years of the award. Now we're somewhat flexible on that, but clearly we start to get very curious. So
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I always look at it from the concept of how long those these proceeds will go on. And the longer that it takes to take down power, the longer the proceeds are.
that's a form. That's well, assuming that that we are generating earnings in pounds.
Yeah.
Which we have some long periods of time we would not that's
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I just had two questions and a comment. My first one is, you always give us a caveat, Dennis, and you say, no administrative funds have been charged to date. And I'm wondering, should we anticipate there will be administrative funds, or has it been a decision never to charge?
I would say neither, if the statute allows us to do that,
Right.
but we have not. It's not to say that in the future that could be readdressed or the review. Yes. Okay.
My second is, given the conversion of, potential vacant land or farmland for solar power, do we do outreach to those entities who are doing those solar projects? And if so, or if not, would that be something we look into to make sure we stay within our parameters for energy utilization, as we know they could potentially qualify? They don't produce jobs, I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
But they do, in the constructive phase, they do it. But they are totally energy related.
Right. So we would consider that to be a business investment, falling in the business investment track of the program.
Okay.
Assuming it's within a 30-mile radius of the parameters, they would have to create jobs. So I don't foresee that type of project qualifying under the business investment track unless it were the case.
They produce construction jobs,
The
but
type of-
usually the maintenance is very low, personal too.
Yeah, full-time permanent employment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? I have one. Where is the microphone in that room?
Right here. Can you hear, Tony?
It's a lot better now, but a few moments ago, it was very difficult to follow you all. Okay. But there is no vote that's necessary with respect to that information item, so let's move on to the awards for round 34, and I'd like Angela Rossi to make that presentation.
Thank you, Chairman Colucci, board members, and staff in attendance today for giving me the opportunity to present the details of this project. Staff is recommending that the Power Proceeds Allocation Board recommend a fund benefit award of $5 million to Feedmore, Western New York, to support construction of a 217,000 square foot state-of-the-art energy efficient building in Hamburg, New York, where the organization will expand and maintain its operations. The proposed project will include new office space, a warehouse, and a commissary. The main facility will also include a fleet vehicle maintenance area, an outdoor pavilion, and a restroom building, a garden storage building, and a greenhouse. Feedmore is a not-for-profit regional food bank and meal delivery provider that serves 4 counties of Western New York, who is relocating from its 2 current locations to the new site due to deteriorating conditions and the inability to expand and an increased demand for services. The new facility will allow Feedmore to better manage food production and delivery of meals and the provision of congregate meals for individuals in need. Feedmore will also provide food bank services and host other programs related to nutritional education, fresh produce access, and workforce development training. Feedmore expects to complete its project in February of 2026. The total project cost is $94,667,743. And if this project is approved today for funding, the award will represent 5% of the total project cost. There are several aspects of this project that support a recommendation for an award. The expanded campus will result in 25 new jobs over 7 years and support the work of over 500 skilled and construction, engineering, and architectural and planning employees over 2 years. The project has a funding gap that proceeds award would help address, and it's expected that Feedmore's overall production and competitiveness will increase. The additional space will also allow the RISE Workforce Development Program to add an agricultural module to train future employees who will support Western New York's agricultural economy by increasing graduation numbers for that program from 34 to 160 over 7 years. The project also aligns well with the 2023 Western New York REDC priorities, and that call for a focus on growing agribusiness and workforce development initiatives in Western New York. And this project also aligns well with traditional economic development goals of facilitating job creation and business investment in Western.
Thank you. Any questions?
Chair, just one, whenever we design something that says energy efficient, I'm assuming I should see National Grid and NYSERDA on the contribution page. I don't. I think that you can do that in my warning recommendation to them. Stick to the 2026. If they go into 2027, they're just redesigning this building to meet CLCPA objective, which means all electric, which totally erases their economics. So energy efficiency, I totally agree with. Designing these buildings, correctly, I agree with. But I think we've got to start really tapping into the available funding that is put in place to help design energy efficiency in our demand side. So if those glaring and they're not going to that something.
And I know you had the same comment for Breakfast. We did talk to National Grid about Breakfast, but we did not. Yeah, we will definitely.
I think there's a representative of Feedmore here, and I hope they hear it, and I know she does. It's a potential funding stream for the project, and I hope you all know it. So, thank you. I just have a comment. I'm really excited about this project. This is an organization that provides a service that has always been rooted in the community of tremendous value. But as we hear about the growing increase in costs of food and the rates of poverty in our community and individuals who make chosen people, this is what fills that gap. I'm also excited because it's going to be a new facility. It's going to be much more efficient. It's going to increase employment opportunities through training. We don't see a lot of agricultural training, and yet New York State is dominated by the agriculture sector, which is going through enormous transition. So this is an investment that will really bring added value to the community in so many ways. And, I'm excited that we will participate as a proceed board in it, my colleagues, concur with, a motion that I'm gonna make.
Is this in a DAC community? This event community?
I don't know that. Okay, but looks like the DEC definition.
Yeah.
For economic development, for ECID, it is considered, yeah, for that, yeah. So I don't know what definition we're using, but it's another opportunity for funding.
Then we can follow up. With,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that so we have all these programs out there, and, you know, it's hard for individuals, especially trying to do good work like this. And how do they know? I think some of this is having these type of discussions, really trying to create more awareness that these opportunities exist before we find it. But if you don't know about it, you're not taken down. Yeah, I think this is about it. That's all.
we try to work very closely with our development stakeholders, including Gavin, Australia, and so forth. But try to keep a tight community and work very closely together. And we've been working with Keyboard for a couple of years now, discussing different programs, and ultimately landed on proceeds and saying that they were going to benefit more. So good fruitful discussion that we had this year.
And ESB has completed also, so it's just great to see.
Yep.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I would offer a motion to move this forward for approval.
Are there any other questions or comments before we take the motion? Hearing none, I'll accept Brenda's motion to approve the staff's recommendation for the award to Feed More of Western New York. Do I have a second?
Second, premise.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I believe that was unanimous. Angela, would you present the second application, please?
Yes, thank you. Staff is recommending that the Power Proceeds Allocation Board recommend a fund benefit award of $1,020,000 to Great Cliff Conservancy to support the renovation and expansion of its visitor pavilion. The proposed project will transform the applicant's current visitors space into a 4,400 square foot facility that will allow the site to accommodate more visitors, offer added amenities, and expand program offerings to enhance the overall visitor experience. Great Cliff is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to restoring and preserving the Frank Lloyd Wright designated Great Cliff Estate as a publicly accessible landmark. Over the last 25 years, the applicant has been working on the restoration of the entire estate, which when paired with the Frank Lloyd Wright Martin House completes the story of the Martin family and allows for a world-class experience at both historic sites. The total cost of the project is $5,210,897 million. If this project is approved for funding, the award will represent 5% of the total project cost. Although there are no job commitments with this funding track because it is tourism, there are several other aspects of this project that support a recommendation for award. The project will allow Great Cliff to continue its transformation into a high-quality Frank Lloyd Wright site and let Great Cliff take full advantage of the site grounds through a reimagined space, making this project critical to their growth and sustainability. An award will also support the tourism economy of Western New York. For example, in 2023, Architectural Digest included Buffalo on its global list of 23 places to travel in the section about architectural tourism and Wright's legacy. In response, the Frank Lloyd Wright sites located in Western Pennsylvania and in Western New York launched the Great Wright Road Trip to illustrate the legendary architect's career. The project is expected to expand Great Cliff's visitor center by 64% and enhance the visitor experience by providing an overall cultural center, providing more versatile space for programming and events, more technology, and will allow for a rotating exhibit for Great Cliff's collection of artifacts. The project includes several energy efficiency components, including rain gardens, native plants where appropriate, LED lighting throughout, water conserving plumbing fixtures, and Energy Star appliances. The project aligns well with the 2023 Western New York REDC strategies and priorities that call for a renewed focus on tourism due to its large share of regional economy and lingering negative impacts of growth.
Thank you, Angela. Any questions?
Chair,
Yes.
please. The cost is energy efficiency related.
Yes.
And once again, no uncertain, no natural.
National Grid is.
Could you move the microphone a little closer so those of us who are participating online can hear you? Thank you.
Yes.
So National Grid is participating.
Yes, we had a discussion with Jenna Kavanaugh about that. They are participating. We're looking at this project. I don't know the extent of where they are in the application process.
Are they looking at it from an economic development point of view, or are they looking at it from energy efficiency? The incentives that I would say align well with this is the energy efficiency program.
So that I don't know. But we did reach out to Jenna following our discussion, and she did say they are looking at it.
And it was not on there.
Oh, yeah, oh, good, good. I appreciate you saying that. More.
Yes.
And I just in future meetings, whenever you're gonna see energy efficiency in here, no, this knucklehead is gonna ask you, did you get nicer enough of them involved? Because they both need to be involved in that sort of thing. Oh, yeah.
Questions?
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
No.
I'll entertain a motion to approve staff's recommendation for an award of $1,020,000 to Great Cliff.
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
Deanna, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I believe that was unanimous. Thanks very much. I do believe that concludes our agenda for today. I note, based on the materials that were provided to us by staff, that our next meeting is June 4th, 2024. Unless there's other business that the board has, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Very good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.